The Ethereum chart is looking pretty alarming right now. I'm going to show you everything that's going on right now with Ethereum, as well as how to take a trade with very little money in order to see a massive returns on this Ethereum chart. So make sure you stick around for how to do that later on using Delta Exchange. Without further ado, guys, you can see that over the last few weeks we've been pushing upwards towards the upside. Now this push towards the upside, guys, is hitting into a key area, and I talked about it on yesterday's Ethereum update. Now why is this such a key area for Ethereum? Well, because we're now running into the 1.618 or the golden ratio. Okay, so this is usually kind of like doesn't really exist that much within Forex, but within crypto for some reason it follows quite nicely with the crypto prices, as well as that TA or technical analysis is very reliable in crypto. You can see that we wicked up beyond it. Not only that, guys, we now have started to form this upper trend line. So we've got two things, the 1.618 and this trend line coming in here. Not only that, guys, we jump out to the weekly. I've been talking about this a little bit before, the importance of this zone through here, right? Yes, we've broken beyond this particular line, but we're still pushing into an area which is very much of importance. And the reason for that is previous resistance all the way back on the 15th of February last year. We eventually broke through it and then flipped it into support. Previous lines of resistance become support. Previous lines of support become resistance. Again, guys, when we had this big surge down, we found support this area. This is one of the most key areas for Ethereum right now. And right now, I feel it's about to get rejected in this area. And there's a number of reasons why. If that's not bad news, because yes, if you're holding Ethereum, then Ethereum could potentially go down. Yes, you lose money, but there's other ways in which you can benefit from trading. Not just when markets are moving up, you can also make money when they're moving down. So if we jump back to the 4 hour, I want to identify where Ethereum is potentially going to head to, because I've seen a great probability trade that I can take, and I'm going to show you how to trade it over on Delta Exchange in just a moment. So we've got a potential top here, and I think that I can put my stop loss, or where I intend for the market to not go above there, and I think that we're going to return down at least into this green zone before anything further happens. And before I show you when I think Ethereum is going to turn around and start the bull market again, let's jump in to Delta Exchange and see how we can trade this. Very little money for a very good return on our investment. So this is the Delta Exchange, guys. There's a link for this down in the description, as well as that it's a bonus link. So you're going to get a little bit of a kickback if you use that today. You can deposit fiat currency, you can deposit crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, etc., etc. And there's so many different ways in which you can trade, from options trading to futures to various other bits and pieces. Huge volume, etc. on the platform, which is why I like to use it and is very reliable for me. So I'm going to click here because I've already added a little bit of money to the account, and I'm going to click on here futures, right? And it's going to bring me over to something that looks a little bit like TradingView, okay? Usually most of them are modeled off of TradingView anyway, so that's why we have that. This is Bitcoin, but we want to click on Ethereum USDT because I do have a little bit of money here. I've got $98.55 in USDT, okay? So what I'm going to do is look at how I can place a trade on this platform. And we're going to come back to tradingview.com. And what's really exciting, and I'm going to show you why this is so exciting in just a minute, because we come back to Ethereum, to TradingView. Okay, so guys, I want to put in a short position, which means I want the price in this particular scenario to go down for me to be making money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a short trade here. You can see the yellow area is the stop out, and then the blue area will be the take profit, but we need to be a bit more accurate than this. This is where I'm going to have my stop loss just above the previous wick here at $1,960, okay? But for my take profit, I do think it's going to be down in towards this green zone here, which is an amazing 8.1% risk versus reward, okay? So for example, if we come back to the exchange, so if I risk a quarter of my account, which I wouldn't normally do, but it's only playing with $100 effectively, depending on who you are, guys, I want you to be very careful of how much money you're willing to risk. Do not put more money into an account than you can afford to risk. I mean, you could lose everything in that account, guys, and you might think that you're not going to do it, but if you're new to trading and you've never experienced before, do not go and put 10,000, 100,000, whatever you've got dollars in an account. Try it out with $5, $100, $10, whatever is suitable for you, but don't over leverage yourself. 8.1 times 25 means I can make $202 from just this trade if it plays out. Obviously it might not, and I might lose a quarter of my account. I might lose $25. Normally on most accounts I will never risk more than 2%, and neither should you. But for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to be risking $25 to try and make $200. So let's get into that. So Ethereum right now is priced at $1,900. So what is $1,900? Because I've only got like a small amount of money in that account, I don't want to use a whole Ethereum, guys. But I've got the opportunity to use leverage here, and I can use money that I don't theoretically have in order to bet with or against the market. And this is a way that if you don't have much money to be able to buy things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, that you can potentially make a little bit more than you had previously by borrowing money effectively from the exchange. So I'm going to take a trade of 0.33 because I know that that's going to give me a margin here of 25 US dollars. So 0.33 is roughly a third of an Ethereum, which is effectively $1,900 divided by 3, which is something like $633.333, right? So I've now got my information, but I need to make sure that this trade cuts out if it goes beyond a certain point, because I don't want to lose all my money. So that's what the stop loss is for, and we can see comes in here $19.60. We're going to come back across, and here where it says stop loss, we're going to click $19.60, and we're going to take profit on the other side, where we need to come back and check, is there $13.66. So I come back to Delta and I put in $13.36, okay? That means that my profit versus loss, here you can see, because obviously the prices are moving since I put in those particular things, I will make $184 if it falls. If it goes up, or if the Ethereum price goes up and hits my stop loss, I'll lose $21. So all I'm going to do, guys, is click on that sell button, making sure that we're in market, and you can see it's already filled that order. So if the price goes up to that point there, I'm going to get stopped out of the trade. If it comes down to here, then I'm going to be making some good money, good returns. Now, obviously, this takes a bit of technical analysis, a bit of knowledge, but you can get profitable trading, and it's really not that difficult to learn the technicalities of how to trade. I've just shown you how to do it through this pattern. But one thing to be very aware of, guys, is this plays tricks on us. Do not sit there and watch your trades. Click in, make sure you get your stop loss, make sure you got your take profit, and then just turn it off, go and do something else. Come back to it later on in the day, depending on how long the particular trade is going to take to play out. Jumping back to the Ethereum chart, guys, now we've got our trade in, I think that we are potentially going to see a rollover that's not going to come around any time that quickly. We could well see something like this coming in. This capitulation comes in towards the downside. Now, what will happen when we get down towards these levels? Obviously, I'm going to be happy because I doubled my money over on Delta Exchange, but ultimately, guys, this is the most exciting thing. Jumping out to the weekly, because if in doubt, zoom out. We're going to probably take a little bit of a drop like this, and then I foresee ourselves forming some sort of a double bottom or a higher low than this low here. This is on a weekly chart. This is not going to happen overnight. A little drop like this, a breakout, and then I think we're off to at least this level up here, which is around $3,400. But I think that that's not going to come until sort of later on, perhaps this year, perhaps even into early next year. Could be wrong. We could see something crazy like this happen. Obviously, once the market picks up, it's always very difficult to tell. But in the short time, guys, it's all about playing games of probabilities. I might be wrong. I'm not telling you 100% that I'm going to get that trade right, but I'm showing you if I risk this to make this, then ultimately I only need to be right a few of the times in order to be profitable in the longer run. And that's what it's all about. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't be too greedy. So remember, guys, very straightforward. Go to the link down in the description, you'll get to here. Click on deposit. By clicking on deposit, you can come across, you can see here, you can select all the different coins, etc. You can use various different ways to pay using fiat, etc., depositing whatever it is. And you can see once you've deposited it, it's all going to show up here. Very straightforward. What I did then is I went to futures. I clicked on futures and that brought me over to here. Remember, buying, selling the market changes here. You can then put in the quantity depending on the currency. So check, for example, this is Bitcoin. If I want to put in Bitcoin, this is not in dollar value. USDT, there's a lot of difference between one USDT and one Bitcoin. Okay, so be very cautious of what you're doing. Check everything twice, and then check it again before you are entering trades until you're comfortable with how the platform works. Once you are up and running with the platform and things are going well, you can continue to learn more and push in the right direction. As you can see, guys, looking down, I'm already $1 in profit, just over 70 cents in profit. Make sure you come back next week and we'll look at where this trade has gone, and as well as that, we'll be potentially looking to place more trades with Ethereum versus the US dollar tether over on Delta Exchange. Link down below in the description. Make sure you head across and get your bonus. Guys, if you've enjoyed today's slightly different crypto update or Ethereum update today, then make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me out more than you know. And if you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about Ethereum, trading, crypto, Web3, etc., then make sure you subscribe to be kept up to date with all the latest happening. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.